This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 856. Tips for Workout Motivation by Chalene Johnson of chalenejohnson.com. And I'm Dr. Neil, your host and narrator. Happy Monday. Thank you for being here and welcome back to another week of Optimal Health Daily. This is where I read to you from some of the best health and fitness blogs on the web, kind of like an ongoing audiobook. Don't forget, we have 5 shows where we narrate blogs for you, covering a bunch of different topics. Check them all out by searching for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this. Now, if you've been listening to this show for any real length of time, you probably know that I'm a comic book movie nerd. Well, not maybe as big a nerd as some of the other nerds out there, but I nerded up pretty good. And so I've been asked, how did I like the newest Joker film, which is making like $1 billion? So yes, I have seen it, and I actually saw it opening weekend. I was really excited for it. But my problem was I wanted to love it. I wanted to like it more. And for some reason, I just couldn't forget that it was Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker. When I think about The Dark Knight and Heath Ledger's performance, I forgot that that was Heath Ledger. He just was the Joker. So I liked Joaquin Phoenix's take, but I wanted to like the movie more. For me, it was just missing something, and I don't know what that was. I'm just being picky, probably. If you're not into comic book movies or as big a nerd as I am, I apologize for those last 30 seconds. So how about I stop talking about that nonsense and get right to today's post as we optimize your life. Tips for Workout Motivation by Chalene Johnson of chalenejohnson.com. Exercise can be a great way to boost motivation in other areas of your life. Daily exercise can create a happy or excited mood and make you more productive and energized throughout the day. These benefits are great, but what if you are lacking motivation to work out? It's hard to apply the benefits of exercise if you aren't motivated to exercise in the first place. While these tips are specific to exercise, they can also be applied to other areas of your life with a little creativity. Set an alarm. My goal is to exercise 7 days a week at a moderate intensity to get my heart rate elevated. This is ideal for me, and there are some weeks I only get 5 days of exercise, but striving for 7 days means that, in the worst case, I get in 5 days and I still get all the good benefits. In order to get my 7 workouts in, I have to set an alarm. I use my phone and always make sure I put it far enough away on my nightstand that I not only have to sit up in bed, but also have to reach way over to shut it off. This way, once I've turned it off, I'm practically up anyway. Most people find that once they're up, and this works for me too. The alarm helps me start my day at the right time and gives me a boost out of bed. You can also apply this alarm setting to any daily task like cleaning or cooking or even meetings or meeting deadlines. I know some writers that set an alarm so that they specifically sit down with a blank page to write. By setting an alarm, you're blocking off that time in your schedule and your day to devote energy to that specific task. A pump-up playlist. Sometimes my schedule only allows for an afternoon workout. I enjoy these as they're a great way to de-stress from all my meetings and office tasks, but sometimes the weight of the day drags me down, and I find myself not looking forward to that afternoon workout. This is where my pump-up playlist comes in. It's a specific playlist I only use to get me motivated and excited for my workout. This playlist is totally separate from my workout playlist and is filled with songs that I can't help but tap my toes to, clap, or even get out of my chair and dance to. After a couple of songs, I'm feeling more motivated and excited about the workout, and the blahs I had before are gone. You can also try this by creating a pump-up playlist for any afternoon activity you don't always look forward to. Maybe there's an afternoon class you find boring, or a weekly meeting you aren't psyched about. Playing some new tunes will help you reset and get excited for that afternoon task. It's a great way to switch gears and find focus, especially if it's something you weren't looking forward to before. A 5-minute timer. There are times that despite my organized schedule and pump-up playlist, that I still don't want to hit the gym. In times like these, I set my phone's timer for 5 minutes and devote just those 5 minutes to working out. I might start a video at home or just walk around the block, but after 5 minutes, I give myself permission to stop. The trick here is the hardest part is often getting your shoes on and getting out the door. Once you're at the gym or the video is playing, you'll probably complete the workout. By promising yourself only 5 minutes, you get through the toughest part and may have an even more successful workout than usual. This 5-minute timer can be applied to any task you really don't want to do. It may be reading for a class or writing a paper or proposal for work. Whatever it is, set a timer and give yourself 5 minutes. More often than not, once those 5 minutes are up, you'll continue with your task because you've already made progress and gathered some momentum on it. Remember, the hardest part is starting, and once you start, it will be easier to continue forward to completion. You just listened to the post titled Tips for Workout Motivation by Chalene Johnson of ChaleneJohnson.com. Dr. Neal here for my commentary. This post is a perfect continuation of what I was talking about on the Friday Q&A, which was episode 855. I was talking about how to get motivated and how to take that first step. And all of Chalene's tips are perfect for that. For my workouts, I absolutely block off time in my calendar with an alarm setting so that I make sure I cannot schedule anything else during my workouts. And that way my colleagues know I am not available at this time. And I realize that not everyone has that kind of flexibility in their schedules. And so I love the 5-minute timer idea. Just promise yourself you'll do something for 5 minutes, and it could be any task. If you tend to procrastinate, this is a perfect solution to that. And just the other day, I had this experience. It was a long day. It was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is not a time I really like to work out. And I was walking back to my car. My gym bag was in there. It was packed and ready to go. And as I was making my way to the trunk, I was still trying to make up my mind about whether I'm going to work out right now or just drive home. I really wanted to just drive home. And I told myself, even if you get in 5 minutes on the stationary bike, that counts. So I had to convince myself, just go in there for 5 minutes and then you can get out and that counts. Well, as Chalene would have predicted, that 5 minutes turned into 45 minutes. Because once I was in there and I was doing it, I was like, oh, this is not so bad. I'm just going to continue. And sure enough, 5 minutes became 10 minutes, which became 25 minutes, but then became 45 minutes. And I felt so much better for having made that decision. So this stuff really does work. All right, that'll do it for the Monday episode. I hope you have a wonderful start to your week, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.